From calorie count to portion sizes, we wanted to find out the biggest differences between Domino's in the US and in Australia. This is Food Wars. In Australia, Domino's pizza comes in 3 sizes. A mini, which is 7 inches, and that's 4 slices. A large, which is 10 inches, and that is 8 slices. And an extra large, which is 12.5 inches, and that's 8 slices.
Our Domino's pizza comes in 4 sizes. The small, which is 10 inches, the medium, 12 inches, the large, 14 inches, and the extra large, 16 inches. Our small is 3 inches larger than the Australian small, so that's a 43% width increase. To put that in more perspective, our small and Australia's large is the exact same size, 10 inches. That is hilarious.
That's not very surprising to me.
Our extra large is 3.5 inches wider, or 28% bigger. 28%.
Let's move on to surface area.
Here's the surface area of each of these pizzas in the US.
And here's the surface area for each pizza size in Australia. So, although the inch sizes for the pizzas are pretty close, the surface area paints more of an accurate picture of their size. For instance, in Australia, the difference between a large and an extra large pizza is only 2.5 inches, which doesn't seem like a lot, but the extra large pizza actually gives you 56% more pizza than the large. That's a huge difference.
So in the US, the difference between the small and the medium, width-wise, is only 2 inches, right? But if you upgrade that size, you're actually getting 44% more pizza. And as mentioned before, there's a 28% diameter difference between our extra large and Australia's extra large. So, for all the math heads watching, that's 63.8% more pizza in the US than in Australia. That is I salute this pizza. That pizza should be on our flag.
Here's everything you can find at an Australian Domino's that you can't find in the US.
And here's everything at a US Domino's.
You will not find in Australia.
We have 5 types of crust. A classic, and then we have the deep pan. Now this is something that I could get around. Look at that. And then we have a thin and crispy. What's the point, really? Then we have the gluten-free sourdough. It looks like a very good alternative. Would be a delicious pizza. And then we have a cheesy crust. Now, this is amazing. Look at that cheese inside it, just melting out. Is that not a vision?
5 crust options you can get here at Domino's in the United States, starting down here. Oh, I gotta stretch! No! People who have gluten intolerance or allergy, you can get a pizza. It's small only, and Domino's is basically being like, you're by yourself. Gluten-free crust. That's okay, I guess. Behold, the crunchy, thin crust that you can totally bend. It's pretty soggy. It's more chewy than it is crunchy, but this pizza's been sitting for a minute, so we'll forgive them. The pan, you like your pizza sitting on top of a loaf of bread. We saw this guy before, the hand toss, the classic. I know it looks flat, but come on, I said this is the classic pizza. This is what you think of when you're thinking pizza, this exact thickness. I like how it's not floppy. Did you notice that? Look at that. That's perpendicular. Then down here, Australia, I gotta tell you about something we have here in the United States called the Brooklyn-style crust. What is meant to be the Brooklyn-style crust? Brooklyn is a borough in New York City, and it is a place that has fantastic pizza. All of New York does. New York's kind of snooty about their pizza, but hey, I lived there for a while, and the pizza there is actually pretty fantastic. This is what you would expect to get a slice of pizza in New York. You'd get a pizza slice like this. You fold it, you eat it like this. I'll eat it like this. Hey, forget about it.
This is the premium pizza range.
Exclusive specialty pizzas in the US.
This one here is called The Lot. I like The Lot. Oh, that chili flake in it just gives it a nice, perfect kick towards the end. The Lot is very, delicious. Moving on, we have the buffalo chicken and bacon. This looks pretty good. It's got like a nice cheesy sauce to it. Let's give it a go. That was yum. That was delicious. It was spicier than this. If you like a spicy pizza, buffalo. And then we have the chicken and camembert. I have never had a pizza with camembert on it before. Not a big fan of the hollandaise sauce. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hollandaise kind of grosses me out a bit, but let's give it a go because I do this for you guys. I do this for you. There's not much flavor to it. In comparison to the other two, this one doesn't have much flavor at all. Very plain.
In no particular order. This is the pizza, which one I can tell has just about every meat. They just pretty much the whole meat section of the pizza prepping station all right on one. Pizza. This one we got right here, spinach and feta. It looks pretty good actually. I normally go for meat on the pizza, but hey, why not? Try a little spinach and feta. Australia, there's a city in the United States called Philadelphia, aka Philly. And they're famous for many things, including their Philly cheesesteak, which is a mashed up meat and cheese and sometimes onions and peppers sandwich. Domino's decided to take all those ingredients and put in a pizza. And I gotta say, Philly cheesesteak, sandwich form, fantastic. Pizza form? Nope. This is the extravaganza. What do we got here? We got sausage, pepperoni, ham, onion, mushroom, black olives, green peppers. I gotta be honest with you, man. When it comes to pizza, we get toppings on it, 2, maybe 3 max. After that, flavors are just fighting. There better be a good reason for going over 3 toppings. And this one, I don't think it's a good reason. I think they just thought it'd be fun to put everything on a pizza. I don't think it's fun.
Moving on, we have the loaded supreme. This is loaded. I don't even know how they managed to fit all of these toppings onto this tiny little slice of dough. And then we have the garlic prawn. Got cheese, prawns, and that's basil on the bottom. A lot of cheese. That's bomb. Thick, nice, juicy cheese. Put more garlic on it, but for a standard garlic prawn pizza, yum. Then we have our 4 cheeses. This looks very cheesy. Peri peri chicken is really popular here. Pretty sure it's popular all around the world. I'm not too sure if Americans like peri peri chicken, but peri peri chicken in Australia is very, very popular. Look at that chicken.
Peri peri chicken does exist in the United States. It's just not that popular. The sauce is becoming a little more popular. Apparently Trader Joe's just launched their own sauce, correct? So it's not as ubiquitous as it is in the UK, and now I'm assuming Australia. I certainly have never seen a peri peri chicken pizza in the US.
Next, we have our mega meat lovers. That is a lot of meat. I can understand why they would call you a mega meat lover, not just a regular meat lover, because I think there's like 4 pieces of meat on this. Intimidating, but let's give it a go. I'm not a meat lovers person. And last but not least, the barbecue chicken and Russia bacon. You've got some bacon, you got some cheese, you got some chicken, and you got some little barbecue sauce.
This is the Memphis barbecue chicken pizza. So we got bacon, we got chicken, and they have barbecue sauce instead of pizza sauce. Forget about it. Yeah. Barbecue sauce, bacon, chicken. Onion is great. Great. Wisconsin 5 cheese. Wisconsin is a state in America that's known for exporting a lot of cheese to the rest of the country. So 5 or 7? 6. I've been saying 5 this whole time. What a dummy. 6 is too many. You can't taste all 6. It just tastes like a cheese pizza. I believe this is the chicken Cali bacon ranch. Chicken, sun-dried tomatoes, ranch instead of the pizza sauce. That's hilarious. Probably some bacon. I'm not considering the ranch because it's a sauce as a topping. So again, a 3. This is not a big ranch guy, but this is pretty good. Yeah. I feel like I should reach out to my union rep because I don't know if I should eat this. So you guys know what buffalo wings are, right? This is a pizza with chicken and it's smothered in the buffalo sauce. Come on, man. Can barely taste the chicken. It's just weird and off-putting and doesn't taste very good. This one is the Pacific Veggie Pizza. Yuli, get in on that one. This right here is the deluxe. Anyone watching, in the comments, I'm asking you to genuinely explain to me why you get this much on your pizza. I know you like this many things. I know. I do too. But all together, it becomes a flavor mess. You got pepperoni on this one, and mushrooms, and onions, and green peppers, and sausage. No.
And then we have our traditional pizzas, starting with the buttered chicken. I love buttered chicken, so I really want to give this a try. It doesn't look all what I would expect it to look, but yeah. It's got like some jalapenos, some capsicum, a little like dressing over it, onions, and then mushrooms. I can see how they would call it buttered chicken. See that sauce that's just there? It's like a orangey glaze almost. That would be the only reason why it's giving you the buttered chicken flavor. But apart from that, would I order it for myself? No, I just would prefer just eating my buttered chicken the normal way. And then we have our creamy chicken and mushroom. So this has like a thick layer of cheese on it, and then some mushrooms, and then the chicken, which looks orange. That was too thick cheese. Like, it was too creamy. It's like I'm biting into a potato that is a bit off. Thirdly, we have our spicy pepper paneer. It's got another kind of orange glazed sauce over it, some cheese, jalapenos. I like that. Somehow I don't think that's a true representation of what a paneer is supposed to taste like. It's spicy. Whoa. It's really spicy. Moving on, we have the Supreme controversial. Whoa. It's got pineapple on pizza. And then you have some bacon, got some ground beef, you've got some little like Italian sausages. And then you have your double bacon cheeseburger. That's a lot of bacon and a lot of meat.
What a fun coincidence. The two specialty pizzas that we had to do separately from the rest are actually the two that I probably would usually get. Starting here, pepperoni lovers. I mean, I don't know how much you get in a regular pepperoni pizza, but with this one, I guess they packed it on there. This seems like a regular amount for pepperoni, right? I worked at a pizza place in college called Da Vinci's, and when someone get a pepperoni pizza, we, no joke, covered the whole thing with pepperoni, like starting from the center, like it was a whole layer of pepperoni. I had to do it by hand, spiraling out, and then the cheese. It was very popular. That was a lot of pepperoni. This is like whatever. And this one over here is a Honolulu, Hawaii, which is Domino's version of a Hawaiian pizza, which of course has pineapple, ham, bacon, and green peppers. Domino's, look at me. Look into my eyes. Hawaiian pizza does not need green peppers. And I would argue it doesn't need bacon either, but fine. Just one too many. I don't know who you think you're making happy by adding green peppers onto this thing. Yeah. I do enjoy pineapple on pizza. I know everyone thinks that they're being funny or clever by repeating all the memes and jokes about pineapples that belong on a pizza. I think it absolutely does, and I think it's delicious. I love it.
So this is a capricciosa, and then you have some olives, some anchovies, mushroom, and ham. I like anchovies. I really do. So let's give this a go and see how it tastes. Salty and delicious. And I know a lot of people don't like anchovies, but they're bloody great. Moving on, we have our chicken supreme. So that has chicken, it has mushrooms, a bit of, if you can see there, it's got like a little bit of pineapple, and then we have a vegorama. Now I have to say, I don't normally opt for vegetarian options just because I do like meat. However, this looks really appealing. I think this is my favorite out of the bunch. This one is a winner. a winner in my opinion. Good job, Domino's. You've done an awesome vegetarian option. And then we have our barbecue meat lovers. So you've just got some meat, some cheese, you got some pepperonis underneath and barbecue sauce, a little bit of barbecue sauce at the bottom. I bet you thought we were done, but we're not finished yet. We also have a value range which comes in our large or mini sizes. So starting off pretty strong, we have our spicy lovers. Look at that, jalapeno, some onion, cheese, a little bit of pepperoni. I want to give this a go because I need to know how spicy it really is. When someone says, oh, it's spicy, is it though? Is it? I think I finished them of chili. They weren't playing. One thing I can say for certain is when you go to Domino's and they say it's a spicy, they're not lying. Now, moving on, we have our pepperoni pizza, and then we have our ham and cheese, and then we have our simply cheese, and moving on, we have our margarita. Once again, standard. We all know what a margarita pizza tastes like. We don't know what it kind of looks like. This pizza seems like it's been packed on with enough cheese that would make me happy. And now our value max range. We have our double beef and onion, which has twice the amount of beef, I guess. And you've got some onion in there, some cheese, and some sauce on the back, barbecue sauce, I presume. Then we have our Godfather. However, they didn't give it to us. On the day of Food Wars, you didn't give us our pizza. Marlon Brando would be so ashamed right now. He would also probably persecute me for that really impersonation of him, but apologies, Marlon, didn't mean it. And then we have our 3 meats in a mini. So it's 3 meats. You've got your Italian sausage, you have your pepperoni, and you have your ground beef with a bit of cheese. And then we have our spicy veg supreme. You've got your jalapenos, you've got your capsicum, you have onions, you have mushrooms and cheese and tomato. This is stacked with a lot. I love looking at pizzas like this. Like when I see them so full, it just makes me so happy. And now we have our loaded pepperoni. It has 50% more pepperoni. So let's compare it to the normal pepperoni. Disregard the fact that this is significantly smaller, but look at that. We also have a few vegan and plant-based options. We have the Impossible Double Beef and Onion. We have the Impossible Supreme. We also have the Impossible Godfather. I don't think Marlon Brando would be that impressed if he got this as a pizza. He'd be like, you literally, it is a shame that you think of me like that as a pizza. We have the Vegan Spicy Veg Supreme. This is packed with veggies. Look at that. You've got some jalapenos, you've got some pineapple, and then you have some chili flakes. Now we have the vegan margarita, and I'm sorry, but I need to make a comment. Look at the cheese on this. It hasn't even melted. That is so strange to me because the fact that this has been cooked in an oven and the cheese has stayed this way. I've had bad experiences with vegan cheese in the past where I'm like, oh, it tastes a bit plasticky, so I want to know what this tastes like. You ruined the vegan margarita. How could you do that? I don't like the cheese. I couldn't even taste the tomato flavor. Like, I just don't think this works. Maybe use a better vegan cheese, if that even exists. Does it exist? Because I'm yet to find one that I personally like. So just weeks after launching the plant-based meat range of its pizzas, half of Domino's stores had sold out of it. Given that plant-based items have a permanent spot on the menu, it seems that they've been well received. If you're not satisfied with all of the pizza options, Australia Domino's also allows you to have half and half pizza. So with any 2 flavors and any crust in a large or an extra large pizza. Plus, you can also build your own with up to 4 toppings. This is what a half and half pizza looks like in Australia.
So the half and half style of pizza is not on the Domino's menu, but when you go to make your own customizable pizza, one of the many 34 million, you have the option to do half and half for the topping. So you can do it on your own. Here's another menu hack. You can pick any one of the specialty pizzas we've shown to you here today, and you can swap out 2 ingredients for free.
Aside from pizza, Domino's in Australia also sells pasta. We have the lot. It's got everything. I've never tried a Domino's pasta before, and it's low-key freaking me out a bit. I don't like it. It needs more sauce on the pasta. We have the Simply Mac and Cheese pasta. I love a good mac and cheese, and I know in America you guys love your mac and cheese. It's not the best mac and cheese, but it's decent. And then we have our chicken and bacon pasta. So that just has a ton of bacon scattered throughout, some chicken pieces through it as well, onions. I like this, but in saying that, I don't think I'm ever going to go to Domino's and probably want a pasta. Now we have our Vegorama pasta. This is packed with a lot of taste. And now we have our buffalo chicken and bacon pasta. Look at all that cheese just sliding down. Now we have our Simply Bacon mac and cheese. And then the meat lovers pasta. And then we have the fire breather pasta. Now you know I'm gonna have to try this because I do love my spice. Didn't defeat me this time, Domino's. Didn't defeat me this time.
Domino's pastas. I do not like these. I've never liked these. These look absolutely terrible. I don't know why you're getting pasta at a Domino's pizza, but let's see. Down here, we got the chicken Alfredo. I'll try a bite. The universe doesn't want me to eat this. No, bad. Italian sausage marinara. You just see like the grease just pooling in this thing. It just looks so rough. Ugh. Is that the sausage that they use for the pizza? That is weird. Chicken carbonara. Man, I see some bacon in here. And pasta primavera. I've been informed this is like a veggie pasta. If you pasta lovers don't feel insulted enough, you can also build your own pasta. And with that, you can take any ingredient or topping they got in the building and they'll put it in a pasta for you. We wanted to test the limits of what they would let us put in here. So we got one that has pepperoni, banana peppers, and my favorite, pineapple. And of course, all in an Alfredo base. Oh, you know what? Actually, no way, yeah, it's bad. And the banana pepper is actually surprisingly what's screwing it up the most, not the pineapple. I do not like it. Stop. Domino's has sandwiches. Starting down here, this is the Philly cheesesteak. I took the Philly cheesesteak, made it into a pizza, then took that pizza and made it into a sandwich. I'm sorry, Philadelphia. This is the Italian sandwich, and I took some meats and some cheeses and baked in. The bread's like really like thick. Come on, see. A lot of bread. Don't bother with this. And the chicken habanero, I want to see how spicy this would get, right? Domino's, your sandwiches are not good. Your pizza's fantastic. Enough with the sandwiches. The pasta, that's got to go too. You also have salads at Domino's. I don't know who the hell's getting a salad at Domino's. I mean, did we really have to take something supposed to be healthy and just put it in this plastic container that will outlive us all? Never had it, never will. You can also get a Caesar salad. Besides these sandwiches and salads, these are the other sandwiches and salads you can get at a Domino's in the United States.
In Australia, we have some chicken options. We have the Southern Fried Chicken Bites, and there's 20 in a piece. Looks like popcorn chicken to me. Just like a stale nugget. And then, moving on, we have the chicken mini meatballs, and there's 15 pieces of that in it. So that has some cheese glazed over it. The meatball on its own it's alright. The parmesan and garlic was really, really strong. It also comes in barbecue sauce, which would probably taste a little bit better. And then we have our buttermilk chicken pieces, and there's 4 pieces of chicken in that. Now to move on to the fun stuff though, because we all like a good wing. Our seasoned chicken wings come in a 5-piece or a 10-piece. And the flavors that we have are the Frank's Red Hot Buffalo chicken wings. And then we have our hickory barbecue chicken wings. And now we have the garlic parmesan chicken wings. And last but not least, we have our oven roasted chicken wings. So this is just plain chicken wings. I want to give this a bit of a nibble because I want to know just what a chicken wing that they do without any flavoring tastes like. I know you're probably thinking a chicken wing without really much seasoning is boring, but this is a good baseline. So I feel like if the baseline's really good, then all the other flavors you can't go wrong with. Domino's Australia also does a value chicken mega box, which has 50 pieces, but we obviously didn't get that because we don't want Domino's chicken.
Specialty chicken bites. We got 2 of the 4 options here. What are specialty chicken bites? They take these little like nugget chicken bite things here, you see that, and they lay it down on a thing of, I don't know, cheese or whatever. So I think they're like all kind of stuck together. These are burnt. I think these are supposed to be barbecue. They have chickens, they have ovens. They're just like, just stick it in the oven. We'll see what comes out. I'm assuming it's like the tomato one, the tomato ranch maybe? Crispy bacon tomato. These taste all right. They're not amazing, but they're not bad. If they were presented to me, I would eat them. It seems like a weird thing to get, especially because they have wings. Here's 2 of the wing options you can get. I believe there's 4 or 5. I think I got garlic parmesan right here, right? Yep. Good. The buffalo wings. Lots of sauce. And even if you want to get wings, but you want to have boneless wings, you got that too. Check it out. Boneless wings, which are pretty much bigger versions of the chicken bites. It's all very like these subtle variations of the same thing. Chunks of chicken with sauce on it. You can also get these varieties above me. On to the sides, we got carbs, and dishes of cheese. Oh my. Starting down here, there are 3 different tater tot variations you can get. Looks like these are made just like the chicken bites or chicken chunks, whatever you want to call them. We have the melty 3 cheese tater tots, the Philly cheesesteak tater tots. Domino's, why do you hate Philadelphia so much? And then we have the cheddar bacon bites. This looks like something I would microwave when I'm high. I don't know what I'm like doing, like, oh, put cheese on and bacon and stuff. Like, what? Oh yeah, those are terrible. We have stuffed breads. Here's 2 of the ones you can get. Apparently there is pepperoni inside of this. Yeah, look at it. Oh. Nope. And then another version of that one. This one, which looks like it has what? Yep, jalapenos and ham in it. You can also get these varieties. The Parmesan twists. Here they are here. Breads that are twist and Parmesan. Oh, look. And Parmesan bread bites. A little fun bite. These are all bad. These are all bad, everybody. They're so greasy and like thick and doughy. You're gonna make these a lot easier to eat. Is a dish of cheese. Luckily, Domino's has you covered. Where you get dips. They got these 2 dips here, a cheese dip and a cheese and marinara dip. This is basically just melted cheese and marinara sauce. Oh, it's... What am I supposed to do with this? Oh, I'm getting a headache.
And in Oz, these are our exclusive sides. We have cheese and garlic scrolls, but it doesn't look like there'd be too much cheese in that. It's a bit more doughy than cheese. You guys don't have garlic bread? I feel like garlic bread is just like a given when you go to a pizza shop. That's what our garlic bread looks like. Now we have our cheesy garlic bread, because if normal garlic bread isn't enough down under, they want to add the cheese on it. So that's just packed with cheese, and then a layer of butter underneath with the garlic. And then we have the vegan cheesy garlic bread. I mean, can you tell? Vegans, you need to stand up for your rights. You need to start fighting for better cheese. You need to start having some protests around the street, because this isn't good enough for you. This isn't good enough. I wouldn't stand for it. And then we have our crispy chips with Domino's pizza salt. It looks like a mixture. I'm going to try this because I want to know, is it like a chicken salt? It's just a bunch of herbs.
It's that time of the video. Sauce talk.
Sauce talk.
These are the exclusive sauces you can get in the US you can't get in Australia. Starting down here, hot buffalo sauce. You saw that one pizza was drenched in it. Here it is. This next one, sweet mango habanero. That's a good sauce. Oh, got a little bit of a kick to it. Yeah, honey barbecue. Yeah, standard. And of course, it wouldn't be an American restaurant without its ranch. People love it here. Blue cheese, also good for dipping the wings. Garlic flavored sauce. Weird how it doesn't say it's garlic sauce. Do you notice that? Garlic flavored? With artificial flavors. I see why now. Is there any garlic in this? Oh, look at this. Yeah, very garlicky. And of course, you can get a marinara sauce for, I don't know, if you want more sauce on your pizza. Maybe it's also good for dipping those ridiculous breads you saw earlier. And if you get yourself a salad, we got Caesar dressing right here, boy. Look at that. And sweet icing, which is for the desserts, well, you will see in a moment.
Here are all the sauces that are exclusive to Australia. There's a spicy sriracha mayo, which I'm pretty sad about because I really wanted to try that one. Sriracha is really popular in Australia, so sriracha mayo would have been delish. But let's try the sweet and sour. What better way to try our sauce than with a slice of cheese pizza? Let's dip this in. I like it. It's just like a classic sweet and sour. And then we have the creamy garlic aioli. Aioli is so popular here. It's like your ranch dressing, basically. Aioli's good. They all pass the test.
Poof, the desserts, all right. Down here is cinnamon sticks, which I'm assuming this icing is for more twisties. Can't get away from them. Yeah. Oh, man. This is really good. I don't think I've actually had these before, Yuli. Chocolate lava crunch cakes. Look at that. Got some gooey stuff in this. No, I mean, that's so gooey. Maybe it's the gooier when it's hot. They've been sitting for a while. They have solidified. And then we have the marble cookie brownie. Cookies in brownies. All right. It's a brownie. It's great. I can't complain about that, right? I'm getting crazy. It's very good. I'm like, oh, wait, I'm making a video right now. Sorry, I forgot. It's really good. Wow.
And these are our dessert options. Starting off, we have our hot choc fudge brownies as a 6-piece, or a family share brownie, which is 18 pieces with 2 chocolate dipping sauces. These look really good. Let's try the way it was designed to be consumed. Oh my God, this is amazing. Then we have our choc lava puff roll. So it's got like, they've packed this with chocolate inside it, like in a pastry. It's not bad, but it doesn't have as much flavor as that does. And then we have our choc lava cake. I really want to try this and see how much chocolate lava is inside. I recall it being more lava-y than that. It reminds me of cake batter, like before you cook the chocolate cake. Moving on, we have our triple choc brownie. I guess it's just like the other choc fudge brownie, but triple the choc. And we have churros, where they come in a 4-piece or a 12-piece. They've given us some dipping sauce as well for that. That's a good churro. And now we have our mini Dutch pancakes. They're so cute. They've got a sugary coating over them as well. And now we have our salted caramel mousse. They've got a pretty extensive and good dessert range. No, I didn't really fancy that. It's not really it doesn't even taste like salted caramel. It tastes more like chocolate. So this is our drink menu. We have a Red Bull. We have Red Bull sugar-free. We have Pepsi, Pepsi Max, 7-Up, Mountain Dew, Sunkiss, Solo, bottle of water, malted vanilla thick shake. You can have with or without cream, and a salted caramel thick shake with or without cream. I want to try a salted caramel thick shake. I can't get it through the straw. It's that thick. That is a really good salted caramel thick shake. It's delicious.
And finishing up the exclusives, these are the exclusive drinks you can get in the US. Starting down here, you can get Coca-Cola and, of course, Diet Coke. We got Sprite, we got Dasani water, and we have Fanta and Dr. Pepper, and for some reason they gave us the 2 liters. So we also have 2 liters.
Here's the price per square inch for each sized pizza in Australia. You can see there's not much difference at all in price. It seems the bigger the pizza you get, the more money you essentially save, even if it's a few cents.
Displayed on screen, you'll see the U.S. cheese pizza size priced per square inch. It's the same in the U.S. Differences are minor, and the only thing you're saving is a few cents per square inch if you get the extra large compared to getting the large. Domino's is an American pizza company, started back in 1960 when 2 brothers, Tom and James Monahan, bought a pizza place called Dominick's in Michigan. Fun fact, the 3 dots on the Domino's logo are for the original 3 stores in Michigan. The owners intended to add a new dot for every new store that was acquired, but after 12 restaurants, how would that have worked?
Domino's has been in Australia since 1983, with the first store opening in Queensland. Today, Domino's Pizza Enterprises is the biggest pizza franchise in Australia in terms of sales and number of stores. It's Domino's Inc.'s largest franchisee outside of the US. Franchise agreements are complicated, but the main takeaway here is that Domino's was so successful in Australia that the Australian arm of the company has now grown to represent a huge chunk of Domino's global businesses.
What you may have noticed is Domino's actually dropped the word pizza from its logo in 2012. That's because the fast food chain now offers more than just pizza, unfortunately. They also got pastas, sandwiches, and those weird bite things. Anyway, many customers associate Domino's with the speedy delivery service of under 30 minutes, which is a huge selling point. Domino's states that it delivers 1.5 million pizzas every day across the globe, or 1,041 pizzas per minute.
We can beat that. Domino's Australia offers a 20-minute delivery time. Yeah, it does. It uses an algorithm which checks out how busy the store is, and if your order is within a certain distance, you can then pay a small fee for the delivery, and if they fail to do so, you'll get a free pizza voucher. In 2012, Domino's Australia set a world record by the most pizzas made in 60 minutes by a team. They had a target of 500 pizzas to beat and managed to achieve that in 32 minutes. And in an hour, they made 837 pizzas. Got any world records in America, Joe?
We actually do. In 2010, at a Domino's store in Ohio, a guy named Brian Edler made 206 pizzas in 1 hour. That's 3.4 pizzas a minute. To be honest, until Papa John's came around, it was always seemed like either Domino's or Pizza Hut, either depending where you live or what you grew up and your parents were normally getting.
In terms of rivals, I would say that Domino's biggest rival is Pizza Hut. I feel like this has been like a long-standing war between the two. Domino's is definitely a type of pizza that a lot of Aussies would get if they are in a hurry. They don't have time to think about what their next meal is going to be. It's quick, it's fast, and they know it's going to taste good. I do applaud, though, the effort that Domino's is going to try new things and to accommodate different palates, especially because we live in such a multicultural and diverse country like Australia. Like, there's people from all over the world live here. So I think that that's really an inclusive thing that they're doing. So I think it's great. There are some pizzas, in my opinion, that I think they did really well at, and others that I'm like, look, it's not the worst. Like, the butter chicken wasn't the worst pizza, but it wasn't the best.
I mean, outside of pizza, Domino's, you're doing a terrible job adapting whatever you think you're adapting. I personally can't stand anything outside of the pizzas. I don't know if they're incorporating American culture into it, but they certainly went after Italian culture, and I'm sorry, Italians.
This is an extra large 12.5-inch pepperoni pizza with a classic crust. For the whole pizza, it has 1,080 calories, or 135 calories per slice. That's 52 grams. Here's the rest of the nutritional information for the whole pizza.
This is not a U.S. large 14-inch pepperoni pizza with a hand-tossed crust. Sorry, we didn't get the large, we got the medium. Imagine this was this much bigger. Thank you. For the whole pizza, it's 2,400 calories or 300 calories per slice. Here are the rest of the nutritional information for this pizza.
Whilst our pepperoni pizza has less calories, fat, and carbs, ours does have a lot more sodium. Unfortunately, Domino's Australia doesn't provide the ingredients on its website. We did get in contact and we were informed that some of the ingredients are bespoke to Domino's due to intellectual property. Suspicious. They must have some sort of secret ingredient that they don't want the rest of the world to know about. E472 is a food additive. It's also called glycodelta-lactone and derives from glucose. It's commonly used in feta cheese as it can add a tanginess to foods, so we assume that this is used in the cheese part of the pizza. E516 is a calcium sulfate, better known as gypsum. It's a natural mineral form, and its main use is for plaster of Paris and stucco. The FDA approves its use in food to improve the stability and act as a thickener.
In the US, Domino's does provide an extensive list of ingredients. Here is a list of all the ingredients in the hand-tossed pizza dough. And the ingredients of all the pizza cheese. Domino's US uses part skim mozzarella cheese, which has a lower moisture content, therefore a longer shelf life, which is better for the pizza toppings. It also allows for the cheese to brown more when cooking and can stretch further, which means better cheese pulls. Some of those ingredients Domino's used did seem a little suspicious, so we thought we'd do some digging. TBHQ is present in some of the oils that Domino's US uses. Its primary use is to prevent oxidation, which can cause food to lose their flavor and color, while the EU and FDA have deemed this safe to consume under the concentration allowance. There have been studies to show that prolonged exposure of a very high dose of TBHQ can be carcinogenic, specifically stomach tumors. The FDA says the food's TBHQ content should not account for more than 0.02% of the food's total fat and oil content. Ferrous gluconate added to stabilize color, but it's also used in treatment for iron deficiencies. Natamycin and sodium propionate are natural mold inhibitors for food such as sausage on the pizza. I'm never saying another chemical I can't pronounce ever again. The end. They usually eat. What? Oh. Hey! Hey! Oh, that is a good point. Like, so I mean, this pizza, but hey! Talking over here. Like, that's right. That, like, I held this slice and I turned into a different person.